Good afternoon, everybody. Hope y'all having a good day. Uh, been doing this, that, and the other, just paying attention to the news lately. Me and Anna pay attention and we keep notes a little bit and keep track of what's going on. And usually there's not a whole lot to say anything about right now except some speculation and stuff. One of the things that's coming up that's really noteworthy, I think, I want to make a comment about the recent flood. So I don't know if anybody knows how much water supposedly came down during the flood from Florida all the way to northeast Tennessee, North Carolina, Virginia. But they estimated at how many gallons was it?
I'm gonna get you. 40, 2 trillion gallons.
42 trillion gallons, guys. Uh, that's a damn lot of water. So we looked around and tried to find out any kind of lake or water, body of water nearby that we can have an idea for a reference. And the closest we found was Lake Tahoe. At its capacity is 39 trillion gallons. Now, one thing to know about this, guys, how much water that is. I know it's kind of incomprehensible, really, but it's enough water to supply each and every person in the United States with 50 gallons of water per day for 5 years. 50 gallons of water per day per person for 5 years. That's like 350, 380 million people. Well, that's a lot of damn water. Where it came from, it's hard to believe that much water came out of the sky in just that little bit of time, 12 hours. But anyway, uh, recent things come up about this fire that's going on in Conyers, Georgia. It's a chemical plant. They deal with pool chemicals, is what they tell everybody. Uh, the cloud of gas is creeping across the United States. Of course, it's diluted, but it's heading to the northeast. Even though they're not saying anything too much about it, the fire, as of today, is still ongoing. They're moving products out of the area, supposedly to mitigate or control the fire and the smoke and everything. So that's the press release on that. One thing to note about this place in Conyers, Georgia, is 20 years ago, 20 years and 6 months ago, they had another fire, about the same thing, a cooling chemical gas fire. Same plant, same company, same name, and everything like that. And again, that was kind of shuffled out of the way. It stayed in the news for a few days. But it's 20 years and 6 months. And if you do the number dance and everything, add and subtract and whatever you got to do with it, but it comes out to 24 with the numerical thing and everything. So this is 20 years later. The year is 24, and this company had another fire. Coincidence? I'm not sure about it. But more on about this thing right here. Again, this is the second fire they had. And there's been an outbreak recently of several of these small chemical plants around the United States having fires. Of note is one recently in Indiana. The reason I'm bringing this up, guys, is because these fires are never really fully broken down into what the cause of the fire is, blaming on this, that, and the other, mismanagement or leakage or whatever. But they really never really pinpoint things, especially this one that's going on in Indiana. They still, after 2 years, have not found the cause of the fire. The reason this is of note is several years ago, I think it's in the late 90s, it might have been early 2000s, that there was another chemical plant fire, either northern Indiana or northern Ohio. I can't remember which one exactly. But after going through the rubble of the fire, they found a human trafficking area underneath where they was harvesting human parts and organs and stuff and shipping them overseas. So I'm trying to point a thing to this, that these undetermined fires and these small chemical plant fires are basically just shell corporations for human trafficking. I hope you'll have a groovy day later.